Hey there, Bounty Hunnies fans. It is Llama and the ever-famous Kate Gaming here. How are you doing, Kate?
I'm good. How are you, Llama?
I am excellent, and I am super, super excited because you and I have been working on this for a really, really long time.
Oh my god, a couple months now, I think?
Yes. I am crazy excited to be able to finally sit here with you and record ourselves in a really awkward way and present the official Bounty Hunnies GAC free-to-play farming guide. Super, super excited.
Yeah, I'm so excited. And today we're just going to go over phase 1 of it. We got videos to come that are going to go through all the different legendary events, all the different heroes' journeys, and giving you an idea of what we think is the best path to make the best GAC roster.
Right, and when we were talking about doing a farming guide, we were like, what kind of aspect of the game do we want to focus on? Obviously, we both stream GAC. It's a mode in the game that we really, really love. And I mean, I've said it a bunch of times, and we've talked about it a bunch of times, like competitive free-to-play arena is just not a thing in this game anymore. With stuff like the Hyperdrive bundle and Krakens and Whales, it's just not a thing. Really, the biggest place you could be competitive, even if you're free-to-play, is Grand Arena.
Absolutely. And there's so many different options we have, but we're going to get you started on the right path and making that roster as well as we possibly can.
Absolutely. I mean, and just kind of to throw a disclaimer before we really get into it, we can sit here for hours with everybody and their mother that plays this game and have a 12-hour constant debate over what way is best, and some people think you should start with Geos first, some people you should start with this team first, and there's so many different arguments and justifications made. Kate and I have gone through and talked about this a million times.
Oh my god, yeah.
And yes, about what teams we should start with, what teams we shouldn't, what direction we should go in, and we really think that this is kind of the best free-to-play guide to get the most bang for your buck for the precious resources you have, especially in the beginning, right? Because we all know that, like, the sim ticket crunch is real, the gold crunch is real. Like, I don't think I remembered how awful it was until we started. Yeah, until we started. So we both started alt accounts to just kind of test out our farming guide and the things that we were talking about, just to make sure that we were on the right track. And I forgot some of the struggles.
I'm so glad we did. I forgot pilots.
Oh my gosh, yes. So
I forgot pilots.
Like, you know, we started and then we were like, oh my gosh, fleets. What are we going to do about fleets?
So we figured it out. Here's phase 1 of it. Let's just get right into it. Why don't we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So first, we're going to give you a team that you can unlock 2 of the legendary characters with. So we're going to start off with the Phoenix Squadron, and we're going to go with a Hera lead, going to have Ezra, Kanan, Zeb, and Chopper. We're not going to go with Sabine for now, but with the Mandalorians coming, more like, what would be the right word? More relevant?
It's definitely like on the horizon, right? We're going to get a ton of Mandalorian content from CG. They've made it really clear. Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of on the forefront of everybody's minds and the direction that the game is going, for sure.
Yeah, so Sabine, not the worst idea, but for the purposes of this guide, we're going to go with Chopper over Sabine, just because then you get both taunts going with Kanan and Chopper. It makes it very difficult for the other team, and they heal themselves, which is great to have when you're going through Galactic Wars.
Galactic Wars, the worst. That's another thing. I forgot how awful that was.
Yes.
So really with phase 1, these are the legendary characters you're going to get, right? We want to get you Palpatine and Thrawn to kind of round out a good Empire team, and we want to get you Grandmaster Yoda, because not only can you use Jedi in your arena to try and stay as competitive as you can, but they're a fantastic GAC team. I mean, you use them all the way through to the very end game.
Absolutely. So the thought process behind this, for Palpatine, you're required to have 5 Rebel characters. All the Phoenix Squadron come with the Rebel tag, so you're going to use them in that event. Then for Grand Admiral Thrawn, requires Phoenix anyway, so why not? And then for Grandmaster Yoda, requires 5 Jedi characters, which we already have 2 if we started out with Ezra and Kanan. So then we're going to develop that team a little bit further and add in 3 additional Jedis to give us our Jedi team.
Yes, that way you'll get essentially 3 solid teams right off the bat going into GAC, right? So you're going to have Jedi, you're going to have Phoenix, and then you're going to have an Empire team.
Yes, absolutely. So let me go.
So these are really the characters that you're going to, right out the gate, start farming and where you're going to be able to find them. So Kate, do you want to go through where you can find everybody?
Sure. So we'll go left to right. In the Cantina node, the first two characters you're going to want to farm are Hera and Ezra. Like we said earlier, they're part of the Phoenix Squadron. What I did personally for this, I brought them up together. I'd work and get Hera up to whatever star it was, and I'd bring Ezra to the same one and kind of work them together until you get them up to 7 stars.
Yeah, that's a really great strategy. I did something very similar. I took 1 to 5 stars, then I took the second one to 5 stars, and then every star level, I took them up together. So I'd take Hera first, then Ezra, then Hera, then Ezra, then Hera, then Ezra. Yeah. And that way you can kind of keep them even, and they're kind of on the same playing field.
Yeah, just keeping a balanced team. Then we're going to go to light side, dark side battles. So we're going to start farming that Jedi team right away. We're going to start out with Bastila Shan and Jedi Knight Anakin. These farms are going to take a while. So for the first couple tiers of the Grandmaster Yoda event, you probably will have Mace Windu, and you probably will have Jedi Counselor available. But in the long run, we're going to farm these two characters. They're very good later in the game and well worth it farms.
Yeah, absolutely. And like what we were saying earlier is like, once you get, I mean, Bastille is a great leader even towards the end, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I know that for a really good chunk of the mid game, she's going to be replaced as a leader with Jedi Knight Revan. But once you get more towards the end game, you're actually going to throw her right back into that leader slot once you use Jedi Revan elsewhere. So we really kind of want to throw some of, like I said, talking about getting the most bang for your buck, making the right decisions about, you know, farming useful characters that you're going to use throughout the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Absolutely. So then we're going to go into the guild store. So with the guild store, this rotates. So we're going to keep a lookout for Sunfac, and we're going to keep a lookout for Logray. Logray, I don't know about you, but Logray has not been appearing very often in my guild store. So we want to grab Logray when we can, because I remember the first time I farmed for Ewoks, and Logray was the last one I got because I could never find him in the guild store.
Yes, and because, you know, the timing of everything is so kind of crucial and important, and you want to be able to kind of unlock these characters as other people kind of around your level are, you want to try and be as proactive as you can. And with a character like Logray, the only place Logray is available is in this store, and he rotates, right? He's not there all the time.
No.
So you have to keep an eye on and just get him when you can, and get him as early as you can, because he is going to take forever. Like, there's still a good chance that he's going to be the last Ewok that you're farming for, even though we're starting this early, and C-3PO isn't until a little bit later.
Absolutely. And then the reasoning behind Sunfac is Geos are a great team to have, especially very early game GAC. And he's also a pilot, which comes very important when we're building that Empire fleet. So then we're going to head over to the Cantina store. Of course, going with the Phoenix path, we're going to start with Chopper. I think it's the obvious first choice because that's the team we're building. And then we're going to go with Ahsoka Tano because she's going to be added to our Jedi team.
Yep, and this farm's going to be fast too. So, like, you know, even, yeah, Bastilla's going to take a little while, so is Anakin, just because they're not on Cantina nodes. But, like, an important thing to remember is what CG recently did in the last few months is all of these older kind of OG characters, they actually doubled the drop rates on them. So, like, yeah, your light side and your dark side farm is going to take a little bit longer than your Cantina farms. It's still going to go a lot faster than it did for a lot of the players who, you know, kind of had to start out from the very beginning. So that is pretty fortunate.
I'm so jealous of that.
I know, it's awesome.
It's been great with the alt accounts, but oh god, when we had to do it the first time, it was terrible.
Yeah, and even the new players. So, like, when you start, like, farming some of the new players, you'll see that, like, the farms are awful.
Oh, yeah. So then for the next store, we're going to do Squad Arena store. Going with the Phoenix still. Going to start with Kanan Jarrus. And then we're going to start farming our capital ship, I guess, commander, pilot, whatever you want to call him. We're going to go with Tarkin.
Tarkin. Best one for new players, hands down.
Absolutely. It's the one I'm personally working on right now. And the fleet has been amazing.
Yep. And what's cool about Tarkin is, like, yeah, he's technically dark side. He does have kind of Empire and Geonosian synergy, but, like, you really can throw, like, any kind of, you know, ships that you have available, like, especially in the beginning. Like, you're going to run with whatever you kind of can pull together and farm the fastest. So it's a really great ship to be able to just kind of, like, throw, you know, whatever characters and ships you have. Like, right now, I think my Fleet Arena team is, like, Tarkin, Ahsoka Tano. I've got a Geonosian ship in there. I've got, you know, TIE Fighter pilot, and then, like, Ghost or Phantom.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you can just kind of throw whatever you have in there, and it'll work.
Absolutely. And he's got the Empire tag, which will come in handy later on when we go for R2-D2.
Yep.
So then finally, the Galactic War Store. Once again, Phoenix going with Zeb, which Zeb has been actually coming in clutch for me lately because of the days.
Yep.
Oh my God. So much help when trying to get through the Galactic War, when you're trying to take out a crew and he just doesn't want to go down. So then, second farm on the Galactic War Store, we're going to go with Cad Bane. We're going to start building up that Bounty Hunter squad because that's going to be a very good squad early on.
Yep, and I mean, it's going to get you training bots, it's going to get you gold, which is so important, and throwing together a Bounty Hunter team is going to give you just one more team, so when you hit that level 85 and you jump into Grand Arena, that's going to be one more team that you have that you can hit the ground running and use for defense or offense.
Absolutely. So then we don't want to keep you just sitting here waiting until we come out with a new video. So we're going to use secondary farms that you can work on at your own pace if you already get through the preliminary farms.
Yes, 100%. Because some farms, like the Cantina store, and, you know, you get a ton of Squad Arena credits. So, like, I find, like, I've been flying through those pretty quickly. So some of these kind of areas you're going to fly through a little bit faster than others just because of drop rates and things like that. So we wanted to make sure that you had some secondary farms that are going to kind of help round out some of those teams and maybe even start preparing for later phases and later legendary events down the line.
Absolutely. So we'll start out with the Cantina node. We're going to start farming for Old Ben. Old Ben's going to come in handy. Well, he's a Jedi, so he's going to help us with Grandmaster Yoda. He's going to help us out when we go for CLS. Just going to be an all-around good tanky character.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 5.2 million account, and I use Old Ben in one of my best teams because he's a great tank, he's a great Jedi, and, you know, he does what he needs to do. He's old, reliable.
Yes, and then for the second farm, the one that I started the second I realized I forgot about pilots.
Oh, wait.
TIE Fighter pilot.
Yes.
Completely forgot.
Very important. And I mean, it's a great ship, especially in the beginning. It hits well, it's fast, and it's just a really good kind of ship to have in your back pocket.
And it's honestly, even with my main account right now, I love using TIE Fighter pilot with this ship. It's just very helpful in GAC.
Definitely.
So then light side, dark side battles, we're going to start farming Poggle because we're going to start building that Geo team. And we're also going to be looking at Count Dooku because Count Dooku is available actually on 2 nodes. So we're going to build him up really fast. It's going to be very helpful for Separatist leads because we're probably not going to have Genosian Brood Alpha to start with. So we're just giving ourselves options for Separatist teams.
Yep, exactly. So you'll see that we're kind of working on, 4 different geos. You've got Sunfac, you've got Soldier, you've got Spy, you've got Poggle. You can throw them all in there under a Dooku lead. Again, fantastic team for GAC. You pop that on defense, and a lot of opponents aren't going to be able to get past it, especially the ones that don't know what they're doing or haven't watched this guide.
Oh, yeah. So then for fleet battles, you're going to unlock fleet battles at level 65. So what we're going to go after first is Anakin Starfighter, which I think is arguably one of the best ships in the game, even late game.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then the second ship we're going to go for is the Imperial TIE Fighter, which is going to pair up with the TIE Fighter pilot that we are farming in the Cantina node. So they go together. It's going to be a great ship to use later down the line. So then next, Cantina store. once we finish the 2 primary farms, we're going to go with Boba Fett and start building that bounty hunter team even further.
Yep.
And then finally, old Daka. We're starting to build the Night Sisters.
We're starting. They're one by one.
Slowly. But old Daka's great because of the revives. It's really useful in any team.
Yeah, absolutely. The revives, the heals, like, she's fantastic to just kind of throw, especially when you're talking about things like Galactic War and things like that. Because the Phoenix team, when you take them in Galactic War, they heal themselves, right? Like, so, but not every team is going to do that. So you want to have a good, solid healer that, like, isn't Jedi Consular, because, like, Jedi Consular is kind of trash. So, like, you want to be able to have a good healer to build up that you know you're going to use down the line, right? Like, you're not going to use Jedi Consular. Like, yeah, he's got a ship, but the ship also trash. So you don't want to invest more than you have to in him just because you need a healer. That's where old Doc comes in.
Absolutely. And then for the Fleet Arena store, got 2 Geos here. We got to get our Geos ready. So we got Soldier and Spy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Great for a Separatist team, like I was saying, and great for fleets. You pair that with Sunfac, you can throw them in as your starters with Tarkin. You'll do fantastic in Arena.
Absolutely. And then finally for Squad Arena store, Ram Bam's going to love this. Mace Windu.
Mace!
We're starting to build up the capital ships. Also gives us another Jedi, not that we're really going to use them much, but we're going to use the capital ship because you're going to need all you can get.
Exactly.
And then Admiral Akbar, also another capital ship, another rebel. Actually, exactly. Akbar's is a lot better than Mace Windu's.
It is. So we want to build up 3 of them, right? Because, like, especially for Grand Arena, and we're not going to have Tarkin's, capital ship right away, and depending on what guild you get in, you might not be getting that kind of geo currency to get Negotiator or Malevolence. So you really want to have 3. You want to have one good solid one that you're going to be able to put on defense, and that's going to be home one, and then you want to have one as your primary offense, which will be Tarkin, and then you can have Mace as a cleanup team with just kind of whatever fleets you have left to take in to clean up any, if you make a misstep or you drop a battle, that way you've got a backup and you're not completely stuck and hopeless.
Absolutely. So that wraps up the first phase of our farming guide. We'll be working on the second phase right when we click end on this video.
I mean, we've been talking about phase 2 for a little bit already. But, we're really excited to be able to bring this content to you. It's a little bit different than, what Kate and I normally do, but we've had like a ton of fun with it. And, we hope you find it educational and interesting. And we'd love to hear your thoughts down, in the comments below. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? And, we love good conversation like that. We've been having it with a lot of our, followers in the Bounty Hunnies server, people offering opinions and things like that. It's been really cool.
Also, and if you have any questions about like early game, mid game content, please leave them down in the comments below. And we're gonna maybe make a video and try to address the most asked questions or something. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, want to wrap us up, Llama?
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us for the past few minutes. We hope you enjoy the farming guide, and be sure to check both Kate and I out on Twitch. We stream GAC, and then in off weeks we stream whatever we feel like. Discord, because this is a YouTube video. You see I'm a Twitch streamer. But our Discord link is going to be down in the description below. Be sure to come join our server. It's a super fun place. There's lots of shenanigans and memes and, nonsense that goes on. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.
And make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can receive notifications on when phase 2 of the farming guide comes out.
That too. Bye, guys.
See ya.